prettiest spots on the island. Railways aren't the only reminder of Victoriana. The great Queen has her chief memorial in Osborne House, her seaside home in which she died. Part of it is now a convalescent home. Glories of the past, signposts of the future. The hovercraft service, now operating between Southsea and Ryde, can carry 20 passengers across the Solent in less than 10 minutes. She wears an almost Victorian skirt to contain the cushion of air. She subsides like a Victorian too. But let's get back to Cowes among the crowds of sightseers and sailing types. First Cowes Week was in 1826, organised by members of the Royal Yacht Squadron. Incidentally, their headquarters at the castle, one of the most exclusive clubs in the world, was used as an HQ for the D-Day operations. Not only yachtsmen sail the Solent, many of the biggest ocean-going liners pass close to the island. This year's harbour scene was dominated by the frigate Wakeful and the Royal Yacht Britannia. Wakeful was acting as guardship. Prince Philip was introducing Princess Anne to his favourite sport, and we photographed them aboard Bloodhound. They were about to race for the Britannia Challenge Cup, one of the biggest events of the week. It turned out rather a tame introduction for the Princess. Virtually no wind at all for 7 hours. Earlier, Bloodhound had been sailing for the Preston Challenge Cup. The Ketch Marabou entered by the Royal Navy among the field, which comprised some of the largest yachts taking part in Cowes Week. This is Springtime, the yawl owned by Mr. Neil Watson. Here's Bloodhound. Prince Philip was certainly getting the best of both worlds, a 35-tonner for the big races and a flying 15 for more sprightly sailing. We'll be seeing cowslip later on. As evening falls, everyone's praying for a better breeze tomorrow. And the forecast is good, sunshine and a sailing wind. Cowes Week actually lasts 9 days, and the regatta offers something for every class of boat, from big cruisers up to 60 feet to the humblest dinghy, down through the names which spell poetry to every yachtsman. Daring, Dragon, Swallow, Sunbeam, Red Wing, Folk Boat, Flying 15. Over 150 races during the week, using up over 100 pounds of gunpowder. This is an event for boats of the X class. One of our cameramen was aboard Pegasus, owned by Britannia Royal Naval College, to get a close-up of the exercise and expertise which are combined to crew a racing craft. And here's Prince Philip in his flying 15, cowslip. Crewing for him, his sailing advisor, Arthur Fox. Cowslip bore the marks of a slight encounter with a launch, but nothing serious. The week is always a time for superlatives, but even amid all the ritual of sacred cows, the pleasures that really count are the simple ones. The feel of a boat under sail, the delicate response of canvas and cordage, the sun and the sea. This is Movietone, Leslie Mitchell reporting. A Greek Cypriot patrol boat on fire after attacks by jets of the Turkish Air Force. This latest flare-up is the most serious development in all the years of internal strife and conflict. It could have had repercussions on a world scale. Indeed, the Cyprus government threatened to defend the island even if it meant a third world war. Here, Greek Cypriots reinforce coastal defences in readiness for any further attacks. There were rumours of a full-scale Turkish invasion, and 2 destroyers had been reported as disembarking troops and equipment. These pictures are of damage by Turkish air attacks on Greek villages along the northwest coast. President Makarios had threatened to attack every Turkish village in the island if the air raids continued, and Greek aircraft were alleged to have already retaliated. The Archbishop went to see the injured and the dead at one of the Greek villages. Some 350 casualties had been reported, and many Greek Cypriots had been seriously burned by napalm bombs, it's thought. Many of the most badly burned cases weren't expected to live. We can only hope that the ceasefire called for by the United Nations will be maintained by both sides. If not, the chances of finding a final solution may become even more remote.